Good morning, guys. Mornings. Hope everybody's doing well. QuickTrade is a licensed financial service provider, guys, and a licensed over-the-counter derivatives provider. I'd like to greet everyone, even the guys on YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for tuning in. Please note, guys, the trading support department facilitates the trading room. Myself, I'm a registered rep working under supervision with the FSCA, and I'm authorized to offer advice and a couple of recommendations. And then obviously from trading support, guys, we do offer our support in the form of a phone call. You can send us your analysis if you're unsure of trade that you'd like to take. We are more than willing to assist. Good morning. And then cut off for withdrawals there Mondays to Fridays, 1500 hours, and Saturdays at 9 a.m. And please do not forget your phases. As always, guys, your phases: accumulation, breakout, and the movement phase. This is applicable to all traders, whether you are, swinging your trades, whether you are scalping your trades. It does not matter. All right. Please note these phases are applicable. Good morning. I hope everybody is well. Hope everybody is good. It's good to see everybody again after some time. There are obviously a few more guys that's joining us as always. I'm just, affording them the opportunity to get in. Let me go down my list here real quickly and see who's joining me. Andile, I have APV, Ari, Ashley, Benson, Bayes, Charmaine, Edward, Fani, Gabriel, Galaxy, Gerard, Henny, Jacob. I also have with me Johan. George is there, Luat, Magdalene, Mike, Mintimer, Toleseni, Philip, Sam, Sephora, Spindile, Tebo, Tato, Titi's there, Verna's there, one delay. All right. Are you guys ready to get going? I am definitely ready to get going. Hey, Ash, how's it? You guys ready to start? I am. I'm ready to go. So W, you ready to go as well? Beautiful. It's now 9:33. We've got about 2 minutes left there. All right, who's ready? All right, all the guys on YouTube, thanks once again for joining us. We're going to start. We can do a bit of technical analysis. We know what's coming up this week, guys. You guys know that we have a jam-packed time that is today and tomorrow. Can everybody see my screen there? Let me just make sure everybody can see my screen before I continue. Can everybody see my screen? Yeah, exciting, Ash. I agree, exciting. But for some of the guys, it's a bit of a I'd say it's a bit of a concerning one, depending on what position you've taken. And obviously, I'd also like to welcome all the guys that are joining me for the very first time here this morning. Thank you very much, man. It's so good to have you. Please, if you don't mind, and you're not shy, can you let me know who you are? If you're here for the first time ever, I'd like to obviously just welcome you to our community, and then make sure that the other guys welcome you as well. All right. Hey, Bayes, how's it? Jermaine, I'm ready to go, but we'll have to be excused at 10. All right. Load shedding, yeah, stage 6. So Ramaphosa is due to, is he back already to deal with the load shedding of some sort, Gabriel? I'm not so sure what he's going to deal with. Because that's obviously a problem that's been coming for some time. So I'm not sure what he's going to deal with. Hey, Gerard. All right. So, guys, as you guys know, this week, guys, we have our Federal Reserve interest rate there that is due today. That's at 8 p.m. You can see it there, guys, the FOMC economic projections, FOMC statement, and the Fed interest rate decision. That's 75 basis points there. That's 0.75%. I did put a video out on Monday, that we are definitely following the Euro side. They had a 75 basis point interest rate hike. We also, seeing it in the dollar. And so obviously, guys, as always, when we generally see an interest rate hike, it does tend to increase the strength of that specific dollar. So if we do see increase in the dollar today, it's going to be no surprise. All right. What's also going to be very important for you guys to know is obviously your dollar index, guys. Tomorrow, by the way, if I can just go back, tomorrow we have the Swiss. While the Swiss is also looking to increase their rate, guys. That's 0.5%. Swiss is a strong currency, pretty secure, runs very nicely, good economy, great working system, great flow, especially in the finance sector there. So we're seeing a rate hike there as well. The Swiss could definitely increase. We saw the Euro CHF yesterday do very well. The Swiss increased there with that signal. So we could definitely get some more downside there. We'll just have a look. And then you have the Bank of Japan, their monetary policy statement as well, and the Bank of Japan press conference. We have a MPC meeting minute with the pound as well, guys, and some interest rate decisions there. So it is a jam-packed 2 days. All right. I also want to mention to you guys, I'll be with you today. I'll be with you tomorrow. And then on Friday, Roger will be with you guys. I will not be in, as well as on Monday. Roger will be with you guys on Monday as well. So I'll be away from Friday, and then I will be back again next week, Tuesday, to resume my sessions. All right, everybody, just so you have it down. So let's go to the dollar, guys. Let's go and see. Tavi saying, I also reload kept me behind. Not a problem. Not a problem. Jacob's asking if my mic has any problems. Can everyone else hear me? Can everyone else hear me? Maybe I see Henny's, Henny's giving me a thumbs. Francesco, you're giving me a thumbs there. All right, beautiful. Mr. W as well. So Jacob, maybe just check on your side there. The rest of the guys are hearing me 100%. Thank you very much, guys. Love it when we're working together. We can quickly disseminate the information, and we can then push. All right, TT, maybe just check your connection as well. Yourself and Jacob, it could just be a connection. All right, it could just be connection. That's it. All right, but the rest of the guys, they can hear me 100%. Okay, let's proceed, guys. Let's go to the dollar, man. Very excited to be with you guys. Very excited to be with you guys. As always, we are not surprised with the dollar. We are not surprised at all. You, Mr. W, we've been speaking about this thing, isn't it? So, Philip, we've been speaking about it. Mike, we've been chatting about this. We've been saying, listen, 114 points is what we're looking at. And remember, if we go to the monthly frame, and remember, we're looking at it from an overall perspective now. Don't forget that, guys. Don't forget that. I like to deal with overall momentum, and then I also deal with the detail that's within that momentum. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. So we were looking at the 114-point mark. That's what I've been saying to you guys. I'm seeing the 114 mark being reached there as a resistance, and you can clearly see it is on its way. Ash, all right, so what are you looking at here? This is the overall progress of the dollar right now. It is above the appreciation zone of 100. Are we together? So the dollar is appreciating at this point in time. Guys, remember, even although from a monthly perspective, long-term here to the 114, I'm not projecting for the next 5 to 10 years. Is everybody clear with that? I'm going to say that again. I'm not projecting for the next 5 to 10 years here. All right? Because remember, it is now 2022. In the next 5 to 10 years, guys, okay, the US might not even be the superpower. Mr. W, the dollar might totally disintegrate. The US dollar might completely lose its value. Are we together? And another country supersede it. It is possible. All right, because the dollar took over from the pound, it took over from the euro. Are we together? So, guys, if the rand was at some point 5 rand to the dollar, and then it goes to 17 rand, against the dollar, it tells you anything is possible. Are we together? Because that's a very big jump. It's over the years, yes, obviously inflation, bad management, etc., and so forth were contributors to that specific rise. I think for the most part, a lot of poor management, but nonetheless, it can happen. So the dollar, not from a 5 to 10 year perspective, I'm saying, guys, in the long short term, just look at my smile, Henny, in the long short term, all right, 114 there, Ari. All right. 114 for now. We are moving very, very well. Like, I mean, guys, if you're on stage 6, I mean, 4 hours at a time. I was actually speaking to my wife. I'm sure you guys will concur. 4 hours at a time, stage 6. That is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, 4 hours at a time. And I think there's 2 slots. So we miss about 8 hours of productivity. It is absolutely ridiculous. If you minus that from 24 hours, think of the kind of cash 8 hours is lost. All right, everybody, 8 hours is lost. And so if we see it from there, from a trader's angle, you then begin to understand how important it is for us, to have our power running. All right. I see TT's for now. I do see Ash, anything can happen. Mr. W, no management. Absolutely. Ash, that's a very, very bold statement there. Zeph, good morning. Good morning. Not a problem. You hear. That's what matters. Yeah. Mike says 11:30 in total yesterday. Okay, Mike. Jermaine says there's sometimes we have 12 to 14 guys. That is absolutely crazy. Jay, big companies, solar now huge concern for Eskom income. Yes, but remember they're going to put a levy on that. Am I correct or wrong? You guys saw that they're going to put a levy on the solar? Yes, they're going to put a levy on there. If you're going to go completely solar, you got to also pay something. Yeah, I think we actually had a brief chat about that. Was it a week or so ago? I can't remember. Seth says they won't get it right. Still busy with the fight. But remember, guys, maybe shed some light whilst I move on, all right? Because we're still seeing the 114. Yeah, I'm going to move on to the MT5, but I'm just going to put that into the trading room. If they do, impose a specific levy, remember you are off the grid. What do you guys think of that? Do you think it's right for them to actually impose a levy? Maybe give me a few comments, ideas, opinions, what you do think. I see Zeph says there, same as our ETO, all talk, but they can't do anything. It's wrong for something you don't use. Suntax. Suntax. Now, guys, I have this angle. Whilst I move over, I have this angle. What and where is your house situated? It's on the land that's in the country. And so it's not about the sun, it's about the land. So they can come from that angle there, which is very interesting. But it is an angle. Where's your land sitting? Where's it sitting? All right. So it's going to be very, very, very interesting to see how this thing unfolds. Yeah. I don't think they're entitled to because it's from the sun. And that's exactly what I mean. It's the sun, but where's your land? Your land is in South Africa. All right. Why punish someone who tries to pay to survive? Jay, ideal world there. I hear you. Daylight robbery. Next thing is come try to block the sun to try and get the a solar eclipse there, Zeph. A man-made eclipse, yeah. Only if you're connected for backup, they will charge and call it rental of. Ooh, interesting, Fani. I like that, guys. This is why I like the views. Look at this. Only if you are connected for backup, they will charge and call it rental for connection. Very interesting. I must say, it's a very interesting one. That 1700, there was window tax in Britain, so they built houses with. That's funny there, man. That's a like one. It's a nice chuckle, coming back. Yeah. So guys, here we go. Andile will pay. It's like the parking tickets we don't pay. Hey, Andela, I don't know about you, man, but the parking tickets, which ones are you referring to, though? The ones at the malls, you won't go out, so which parking tickets are you referring to? And the car guards as well. We're also paying for ticket there. Think about it. It's a ticket, it's really a ticket. It's like, thank you for watching my car, yet there's no slip. Mr. W, and we call it generosity. I'm just saying, there's nothing wrong with it. I give cash. I think it's cool. The guys are trying something, not a problem. But if you think of it from a different angle, you are giving cash. There's no receipt. So it's free cash, free tax, etc. All right. All right. So here we go. NASDAQ, ladies and gentlemen. Now, you guys know the inverse relationship. You are not a stranger here. You guys have been with me long enough to have chatted about the inverse relationship, about gold, the US dollar, and these indices. All right, we've chatted about it. We have seen it. It's not only talk, we've seen it. Sometimes You got to show someone something, and sometimes you just got to say it. All right. Now, you guys have been with me. We've seen these movements. Zef said there will have been SA, no one will pay. Then SARS is going to increase tax percent to cover. Yeah, you know, Zef, it's midweek, man. You know, Zef. I don't want to turn this thing into, you know, let's not talk about the taxes. All right. So the Nasdaq then has a negative correlation there, or inverse relationship with the dollar at this point. At this point in time, we have seen it move differently before. Even in the trading room, we've seen the dollar increase in strength, and then we've seen the indices also move up. But for the most part, we've seen the opposite happen, and we are dealing with that specific situation at this point in time. Now, what's very important about this specific chart that I have on, I'm going to start fresh here with this one. And we're just going to go to the overall momentum, just so we can do a quick recap on what is actually happening with these indices, especially for the guys that are trading them. Yeah, it is true, Zef. I mean, I'll give you that. All right, I'll give you that. You can see that, guys, we are still in that retracement. All right, now I spoke about this 3-4 months ago. All right, Henny, 3-4 months ago, I spoke about this retracement that the indices are still in. For the past 6 months, it's been in retracement mode. And it's reached, can you see the support level here of 2020? That was when COVID was really high. Are we together, everybody? So we have now retraced back to that specific zone there. Please make a note of that if you haven't. Then the indices are currently at 2020 support levels. That is COVID. It's post-COVID now, but we were and we are retracing, all right, and have retraced back to 2020 levels. 2021, there was a very large surge here. You can see it upside, okay? And there was not a very strong support at the beginning of 2021 because things took place. Are we together? There was a shift in business. There was a shift in how people operate. And so we have come back to retrace to that area where there was accumulation before. That is the overall movement here on these charts, all right? But when you switch now to make it more relevant, look at that. Now you can see it's still in a downward channel. Can you guys see that? We are still in a downward channel here. So the shorts are still happening. The shorts are still happening. Yes, we have some fluctuations up. You can see it there. We have some impulses there. But for the most part, look how price keeps coming down. All right. Look how short are these specific impulses. Let me just make this another color and make it thicker so you can see the difference in the impulses that I'm actually chatting with. Is everybody with me so far this morning, guys? I just hope everybody's here, all right? So look at that specific impulse there, all right? Look at these short impulses here. Ash, can you see it? Gabriel, sorry, guys, I don't know, my mouse is a little bit delayed and lethargic this morning, so just give it a, right? Look at these impulses here. Can you see that? And then all of a sudden, look at that big push down. Look at that. Can you see that? It just keeps pushing down. Everybody clear? So the impulses down is definitely stronger than the ones that are going up. So which tells you there is definitely sellers in this market. All right, it could be. Look at that one there. And then look at that one there. Everybody 100 with me here so far, guys. So the impulses are stronger going down than they are going up. And that's a very important note for you guys to have. So there's definitely still shorts here, you know, all right. And even if you did go to the weekly, you're going to see the same thing happen. You're going to see the same thing happen. Let me just take all of this off. Remember, you can do it in bulk. That's what the MT5 presents. Guys, when you're looking at the two software platforms, the MT4, MT5, there is an array of differences there. You'll see, for instance, there are orders that you can close in bulk here on the MT5 and not on the MT4. Look at that. So all of them are gone. And then if you go to, look at that big push down there. So we're experiencing some more or another push. I'm just going to find a level that we could possibly go to. Just give me a second and I'm going to give it to you and I want you to watch it. Okay. Please write this down for me, guys. Write this one down for me, 11. Write this down for me, 11,328. You can write that down for me, 11,328. That's 525 pips away. 11,328. I found it right here at this area here. Okay. Guys, I want to try and be very specific with levels that I'm giving you. Okay. 11,328. Let me just make sure that I have it right here. All right. 11,328. Let me just make sure that I have it right. Okay. 11,328. Mike, before you put a full stop there, because I know Mike does write down these levels. Am I right, Mike? Write them down. All right. Before you put a full stop there, Uncle Philip, Mr. W, before you put a full stop, I want you guys to notice something here. Remember, when you are selling, Ari, what price do you go in there, Henny? It is the bid price. Don't forget that. Bid price, sell. Everybody clear there? All right. I'm going to teach you something here, Mike. Gabe, are you ready? All right. So it's bid price. That's the selling price. Where do you get out? You get out at the next available ask price. The next available ask price. Is everybody clear? You need a buyer to take your sell from you, and vice versa. If you're buying, you need a seller. So in this case, there's a short. So we the bid price. So the bid price is sell. You need a buyer, Gabe. Mr. W, you need a buyer. So we're looking for a pivot point that has a very... All right, guys, that's Sarah. Just forgive her. So you can see there, that's where price reacted. That's where price reacted. Okay, I'm looking at the places where price reacting. Can you see how it reacted there? Reacted there. So these are the 4 areas here, all right? Are you guys with me here? Any of you with me, right? So now check this out. If you look at this price here, that red, can you see this here? This is a red candle. That red represents sellers. Do you see that? Represents sellers. So that sellers there, bid price. You guys with me? So you want, all right, price not to hit that specific zone. You're looking for a green candle because that's the ask price. That's a red price or a red candle. Sorry. You're looking for a green candle. Is everybody clear? Can I just pause there quickly for 14 seconds and make sure everybody's with me there? All right. So you're looking for a green candle. You're looking for price. Look at that. That's a nice green candle there where price reacted. Asking price. So there was a lot of buyers in there. So which means there could be some more buyers to take your specific sell days. Everybody clear with that, all right? Not here, obviously. I'm not dealing with this at all. That's way on top. It has nothing to do with us, but I just put it there so you guys could see. If you look at this zone here, that's a green candle. So now watch this. Watch this. Henny, are you ready? Look at this. When I push it up now, Mike, that area there, when price broke, are we together? Above, it pushed up very nicely. Look where price is there. Can you see it? This green candle here, there was a lot of buyers in there. Can you see that? A lot of contracts there. So if you now take that back, look at this. Look how close we are. Even there, look at that. So this is the next price where you can take a specific TP, obviously lower down the 11,000 point that I just gave you is further down. But in this specific instance here, the next green place or the next pivot point where price reacted was there, pushed up nicely, retracement, and then thrust was great. That is the next area. It's about 200 pips away there. 200 pips. So write this down for me. All right, here's Mike. This is the one, 11,592. 11,592. Raymond's asking, please repeat the candles and price. Remember, bid is sell. So you're looking for the next buyer. All right. It's a sell or it's a bid. You're looking for the next buyers. Everybody clear there? Ray, are you clear with that? All right, Ray, I'm going to need you to respond as quick as possible because we got quite a few guys. All right. I want to make sure everybody's 100. So the bid price, thank you, Ray, got you. All right, so bid price is the selling price. You need the next available buyer. Now, guys, please notice this. Myself and Roger, Jacques, we had a discussion. We are trying to show you guys things in the trading room that you might experience when you are trading. Please remember, even if your TP is here, Mike, even if your TP is there, Henny, Gabe, even if your TP is there, it does not mean that it's guaranteed. Is everybody with me here? There's no stop loss that is guaranteed. The market moves as such. We work with the next available buyer for your position. Is everybody with me here? So the next buyer might only be there, which means this price will go down and only close at that specific area there. That's very important, guys. That's not something that the quick trade controls. Is everybody with me, guys? Is everybody with me? We don't control that. We put all the trades in the market. Are we together? And buyers and sellers need to be matched. They need to be matched. We don't match them individually. It's an automated system. So if ever you have a specific time where you say, listen, but my stop loss, it hit my stop loss. Are we together? And I'm seeing a concern. Remember that even if it hits your stop loss, all right, it doesn't mean you're going to go out and it doesn't mean you will go out. It's what's happening at that specific price. Is there a matching seller or buyer for your position? That's how the market works. All right, everybody. So 11,592 is important. And what you can do, and Zef said something very, very important last week, that he gets out about, Zef, just correct me if I'm wrong here. And the reason I'm bringing it up is because I want people to learn from each other. All right, they might not do exactly the same thing, but it's something to think about, that you can get out before the time. He gets out 10 pips before. Am I right, Zef? Maybe just let the guys know that you get out 10 pips before your take profit so that you know you have taken your money. So some guys might decide, I'm going to take, 15 pips or 20 pips. I'm looking for 200 pips, and the moment I hit 150 of that, I'm out. So it depends on your trading approach. It's not going to be the same for everybody. So please, guys, do not depend on anything. All right? Be engaged and active. But 11,592 is the area. Is everybody clear with this? I do not have a stop loss, guys. I don't have a stop loss. We're not in this trade, but it's an area for you to go and watch. And if you look at it, you can see that we are still traveling down. There are a few lows here that need to be cut down first before we push in there. All right. I'm going to pause for 14 seconds. I want to make sure everybody's 100 with me. Francesco, does it make sense? Ari, does it make sense? Uncle Philip, does it make sense? Just let me know there, guys, because it's so important for us to know these things. All right. It's so important. All right. Beautiful. These are the nitty-gritties of trading. That happens. It happens. It happens. All right. Beautiful. Let's go now, guys. That's the NASI. That's the NASI. And you guys know with the S&P 500 and with the Dow Jones, they are correlating positively. They do not travel at the same speed all the time. If you go to the monthly, you'll see same here. Let me start fresh here as well and show the same thing. You'll see we are in retracement zone here. You can see it. Look at that. Can you guys see that? And we've hit 2020. Look at that. That's the support right there. And I can highlight it like this as well for you so you can see it more clearly. Look at this. All right, guys, are you tracking with me? I'm trying to be very, very detailed so that we can get understanding. It doesn't help. We talk, but then when you leave, then there's no understanding. There we go. So can you see we are at 2020's resistance, which created a support. That's it. That's where we're at right now. Can it go down further? Yes, of course. Now, how do we know? Look at this, guys. If you go C3760, I go to a daily. Look at that. There we go. There we go. There we go. Can you see this? Now, guys, can I please mention this to you? Mr. W, are you ready here? Ari, are you ready for this? Watch this. Can you see this candle here? This one here. Everybody can see it, right, guys? I'm showing you the technicals, the nitty-gritties here. Mike, are you here? Can you see this here? That specific candle? Now, inside of that specific candle, look at this. There are so many orders there, guys. Hold on. Let me just make this another color. Hold on. Let me just make this another color. You know how many orders are here, guys, inside that specific candle? This is obviously me just showing you a few stripes here, but that's a monthly frame. Guys, hundreds of thousands, guys, there's millions of orders inside that one candle there. Is everybody clear there, guys? There's millions of specific orders there. So if we go down to that specific area there, and let's say you put your take profit there. All right. I'm trying to show you the nitty-gritties here. So you take your take profit and you put it there. But your order, there's no specific buyer there. It could possibly only get triggered over here. Can you guys see that? Everybody with me here? And not trigger there. Because inside there is so many orders, but not at your specific one. Is everybody clear there? And guys are putting in buys. They have buy limits in here as well. Is everybody clear there? So they have buy limits. That's set. It's set right there. It's set. But your take profit is above all of that. Therefore, when it reaches that area, it might not take. There could be sell as well, Jake. There could be sell as well. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Is this making sense here? My good people. My good people, is this making sense? And guys, don't be bothered with me asking the whole time, does it make sense? There's a reason for that. I like to track with all of my clients. I like to track. I like to move together. Is everybody clear? I'll say it again. It does not help if we talk, or speak. And then when you guys leave, you're like, just see, man, but I don't get it. I don't like that. I want us to understand, all right? The understanding is going to build this thing. All right, can I move on, guys? Because remember, we are looking at the same kind of movement here as we're doing with the NASI. Same movement. We are moving down. It's a smaller index. You can see it, 3854. It's the 1,000 basket index compared to that of the NASDAQ, which is a 10,000. Of which together, you'll also see that the Dow Jones, guys, is also a 10,000 or a tens of thousands index there. All right, we have 30,000 there, important. Exactly, Ray. Exactly. There must be an applicable buyer at that specific time. It's like you going to a different shop. You're going to a different shop. You're looking for a better price. So the best price, if you also go through the classes, who has been through the classes? Henny, you've been through the classes. And what does it say? It's the best applicable price available. The best price available. So when you market execute, it's the best price. The best price might not be at your TP. Ray also says, yes, beautiful. Now check this out, guys. This is the difference between someone that's informed and someone that's not. Someone that's educated in it and someone that's not. Someone that's not educated will say it's daylight robbery. Can you guys see that? Someone that is not educated will say it's robbery. But when you are informed, you will understand the best price was not at your specific price there. That's why come back to us at Trading Support. I will do a journal check for you. Jacques will do one for you. Roger will do one for you. We'll go back into the back office and show you via our journal what happened on the system. Where was that price? Does that make sense, everybody? Because the chart won't always show it. There, guys, it's so quick. A wick might just touch it. Yes. Does that make sense? A wick might touch your specific area, but it does not mean it was triggered. Is everybody clear? Is everybody clear? Because there was no buyer for you at that specific area or seller. So this is important stuff. This is important stuff here. All right. All right, beautiful. Guys, I'm very happy to see that the guys are tracking here. And another thing, please notice, monitor your trades like an animal. I wanted to say, just monitor your trades like an animal. Even if you are doing it maybe every hour, or together if you're doing it every 2 hours, but track your trades. Don't leave it alone. Everybody clear there, guys? All right, everybody clear, everybody clear. And then I'm going to push. All right. So the 30,000 index here, or the basket, guys. All right. It's going to be very important for you guys to know that this is a bigger index. Or with together, you can make a lot of money as well. If you just look from there, just to this area here alone, is 252 pips. That's a lot. Just from there to this wick, it's 243. Gabe, there's a lot of guys, they have strategies for the US 30. A lot of guys, they have strategies for the NASDAQ. And I can do it again. I'm going back. Watch, template. I'm just going to put my standard template on there. There's my period separator for the guys, Francesco. That is a period separator there, and it helps you track the price in a more appropriate way. Look at the monthly. Same story. There we are. Once again, back at 2020. Everybody clear there? There we go, right there. Can we go down further? Yes, of course we can. But this one looks slightly different. It's closer to that area, so we want that to break first. Look at that. That will be a nice short, eh? This will be a beautiful short from the 30,000 to the 29. Please make a note of that. Make a note of that. 3546. 3546. We'll track that. 3546. We will track it. We'll track it again this afternoon at 4 p.m. And then we're going to track it again tomorrow when I'm with you, because we might get an entry here if that dollar keeps on rising. All right. So 3546. I want you to write that down for me, good people. And then I want you to write down 29659. 29659. Michael says there, I saw this coming on the big time frame. Mike, very, very impressed that you are watching it from a momentum perspective. I also want you guys to write this down if you have not written it down already. The monthly, weekly, daily are the momentum time frames. Please write this down. And then I'm going to give you another nugget here. All right, I'm going to give you another nugget here. Monthly, weekly, daily is the momentum time frames. These guys are very important to track the movement of price. Here they are. I'm going to make them red so you can see it. Daily, weekly, monthly, momentum, direction. You want to track those if you are looking for momentum and for direction. Then what you can also write down, there's nothing wrong with looking for an entry with the 12-hour. Can you guys please write that down? Because a 12-hour entry into the momentum time frame is powerful. Is everybody clear? 12 hours is half a day. It's half a day. That's pretty significant if you ask me. That's pretty significant. So as an example, let's just say, here's a resistance. All right. Sorry, a support. There's a resistance. And we have the following happen. Gabe, I want you to watch this now. Annie, I want you to check this out. And let's say the first 12 hours closes above here. Now you've been tracking. You've been tracking the momentum. Let's say this is the momentum here. Hold on for me. Let's do this. Let's say this is the momentum. You've checked it. We're moving up. We're moving up. Can you see that? Momentum cluster. Hold on. Down. Okay, there's a retracement. And then look at this. We go up again. Boom. And then we right there. So let's say that's a daily frame now that's closed just above that specific resistance. Can you guys see that? Now, where's our TP? Here. You guys with me? That's our TP, right? So now can you see what I mean by when I say a 12-hour candle that closes above here, half a day closed above? That is an entry for some of the guys to go where? Does that make sense? But now you have a choice. You can say, all right, I'm going to enter into the first 12 hours of the day to get that lower entry. Does that make sense? Because the next 12 hours, that's the first 12 hours there of the next day. So let's say this was Friday. Here Monday comes. Monday at 12 o'clock, it closes above there. You enter the buy to go where? Up there. Now there's some guys, they're going to enter there, but there's other guys going to say, you know what, Ash, I hear you, but I'll rather wait for an entire day to close above here instead of the first 12 hours. You still have the choice. Is everybody clear? Because this is what can happen. Look at this. This is what can possibly happen. The first 12 hours can close it, and then the next does this. Boom, retracement. Can you guys see this? Can I say it again? The first 12 hours closes above, and then the second one closes right there, which means you and your order, you're going to be in a deficit for now. That's why the other guys will only enter then. Is everybody clear there? Michael says, happened to him in NZD-CHF. There we go. There's a live witness there, right there. Testimony saying. All right. So you have a choice. Is everybody clear? So you have to get this right. It's about timing. Later on, guys, maybe next week, I'll show you how we can shave the wicks on the momentum time frame for you to get a clearer entry. Is everybody cool there? Can I say that again? Next week or so, I can show you guys how to shave the wicks on a momentum time frame so that we can obviously get a clearer entry into the direction. Is everybody clear there, guys? I'll give everybody 14 seconds, then we're going to push on. Then we're going to push on. Then we're going to push on. All right. Race clear. Was the W's clear? Beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Let's go to Brent, guys. Let's go to Brent. We were expecting, the $100 mark there. You can see, obviously, it is struggling from a daily perspective, guys. At this point in time, it is. You can see it hit that specific support at 87. We have not gone above the 92 yet. This was previous analysis. I can also take this off. All right, everybody, let's go and get a new template up there. And let's quickly have a look. So from a momentum perspective, overall direction, that's what I'm dealing with, guys. You can clearly see there's rejection here at the top side. Where's that rejection? Look at this. If I put on a horizontal, come on, my good friend. That's 130. And we've come down from 130. Look at last year's support. Are we together? Can you see the zone here? Look at that. That was a resistance. It's now a support. That is now support, 83. So if you go to a shorter time frame, can you see where we are tracking right now, guys? Can you see where we are tracking right now? And if I do this and I put in my tool triangle, in one instance, this is a descending triangle. One instance. Are we together, everybody, when you look at those specific areas here? But what's important, you got to see more lower highs. That is a high, that's a lower high, and it's coming down. We're just not connecting it. And you cannot connect it like this. Not going to connect it like this. All right, everybody? Ari, if I connected it like this, then you must run for the hills. If I said to you guys, connect like this, please run for the hills. All right, everyone, run. Don't ever come back to any of my session. All right, so look at this. There we go. We are at the lower highs now. And what's critical here, when I do go into the 12-hour, remember we're using the 12-hour now in connection. We can see here, look at this, boom. That's where we're at right now. Can you guys see that? Can you guys see that? We do have a area here. This is where we're at. This is where we're at right now. We are in the symmetrical triangle. We are hovering in the space here, possibly to the apex, but this vertical line is what we are interested in here. That's what we are interested in. Everybody clear with that? That is what we are interested in here. All right. Exactly, Zeph. If I was doing that, then I'm and I'm not. All right. Is everybody clear with the 91 here? Everybody's clear where we are now. What's also going to be critical, please watch and write the zone down here. Write the zone 92.85. Write down 92.85 for me. That's going to be a very important resistance because that area there can possibly take us back up to the zone here. All right. Ash, why that zone? Look at that pivot point there. Remember I spoke about bid and ask just now. Francesco, I spoke about bid and ask. Remember that. So if we're buying, can you see we're moving past that pivot point there? But look at that area there. Look at that. See that? That's a red candle. That's where a lot of selling can take place, profit taking. So that's going to be a very important point there. Look at that. Boom, right there. 102. All right. So that's very, very important there. Can I move on? Everybody clear there? So that's what we're looking at. That's where we are right now. Can I move on to WTI? We'll track this. I'm going to leave it just like this. We're going to track it. I'm going to leave it just like this. All right, guys. I'm loving this, the flow of the session here this morning. It's brilliant. All right, it's brilliant. Same story here. Template, fresh. Let's check this guy out as well. Same story. There was a big rejection. Look at that rejection. This must be corrected, by the way. That at some point, we're going to see that correction happen at some point. Are we together? You can see that from here. If you look at the cycles, this was a resistance. There's cycle 1. Here's cycle 2. Everybody with me? And cycle 2 definitely had a rejection. Let me quickly put that in place for you. Gabe, let me put that in place for you. More perspective. Can you see that? That's a resistance. Can you see that? Cycle 1. Hold on. Hold on. Cycle 1. All right. That's cycle 1. Don't forget that. Now, this is resistance of cycle 1. This here is cycle 2. Francesco, can you see this? Henny, can you see this? Philip, Adele, Mr. W, Koleseni, Bayers, Tato, Fani, Zeph. You guys are with me here, right? Where's the ladies? Where's the ladies? Where's the ladies? I want to see our ladies. Good side. Are you there? Shift, there we go. Mike, okay, Mike's. You love Anya, there we go. Anya, I missed you, eh? I can't remember the last time I saw you. I don't think I saw you my last session. I don't know. All right. The cycles are brilliant for the guys that are joining me for the first time. All right. Cycles are so important. Cycle 1, cycle 2. Adele, don't forget. Okay. 3 to 5 cycles. Henny, 3 to 5 cycles. Let me ask a trick question here. This is Adele. I always like asking trick questions, and she has a saying for me when I ask trick questions. All right. I can't forget it now, Adele. You put it in my head. All right. Listen to this. Does there have to be 5 cycles? Remember, between 3 and 5. Does it have to make 5? Yes or no? Does it have to make 5? Yes or no? Guys, I wish I could just, okay. If I was with you guys face to face, I'd give you a big round of applause. Because no, 5 cycles don't have to be reached. It can be 3, it can be 4. Does that make sense? It does not have to be 5. But if you see a third one, if you see a fourth one, and price is still moving, then it is safe to assume that, listen, we could see a 5th one before we turn down. Does that make sense, everybody? If it still continues to go up and it keeps on having a continuous breakup to the upside, it's safe. I'm using the word safe there. All right, that there could be a 5th cycle and then we push down. Now, remember that 3 to 5 cycles, to which time frames are they specific? To which time frames are those 3 to 5 cycles specific? Talk to me. Let's see if the guys are tracking with me here. There we go. Depends on the time frame. Yes. Now, to which ones are we referring here? 3 to 5 cycles refers to the monthlies and the weeklies. There we go. There is. Yes. On the hour frame, there'll be more. Does that make sense, everybody? There'll be more. There'll be more because there's more detail there. Please do not forget that. I think that is such an important point there, and that is going to save you from losing unnecessary money. All right, everyone? If you know that. Okay. Can I move on? Can I move on? Remember, we are counting the direction, guys. The hour is not the overall direction. It's not. The 30 minutes is not. The 4 hour is not. We want the direction. So can I just make this last point here before we go into the dollar pairs? Listen to this. If we have this here, look at this, everybody. If we have this second cycle happening at this moment in time, you can see. Why are we looking for a long right now if we are still in this area here? You can buy the dip. Am I right or wrong? Can you buy the dip? Can you buy this here? Yes, you can. You can. But here's the question. Is it wise? Because if you buy that and it continues to come down, then what? This cycle's not done yet. How do we know the cycle's done? If it breaks, guys, if it breaks past the first cycle support, we reset. Is everybody clear? Now it's no longer second cycle of an upside. Now we're going into bearish territory here. Is everybody clear? Francesco, does it make sense there? All right. Mr. W, does it make sense there? So if we push and we break beneath 63.62, now we are away from the second cycle of that bullish momentum. Now we're going into sellers. Now we are creating sellers. Now we might go into look down. Cycle one. Do you see that? That's now cycle one to go down again. Cycle two. You see that? That is important for you guys to note. All right. Here's another way that you can look for a cycle to be done. Are you guys ready for this? Because many guys will say, Ash, but when does the cycle end? Or when does the cycle end? Am I right or wrong? All right. That could be a question. So I'm trying to show you guys the technique. So what you can do is, can you see this area here, there? Take that resistance, Mr. W. A very wise man said something very interesting. He said something very profound to me, Mr. W. He said, if you really want to make impact, empty yourself. So you're filled with more knowledge. But if you keep on hoarding, are we together? There's no space for new stuff, new knowledge to come. Therefore, you're going to give the same thing over and over again. That's going to make it quite boring, isn't it so, everybody? So empty yourself out, let the people understand, and then you come back afterwards refreshed, yeah? So look at this. There's a resistance. Can you guys see this area? We need to find the support. That's the support. That 82.39. Are you clear? Gabe, are you clear there? Now watch what I do here. All right? You can take a Fibonacci. Guys, the Fibonacci tool is a powerful tool. It's a powerful tool. Is everybody with me here? So you take that fib, you put it at the resistance, and then you put it right there, and then you put your 50% mark there. Gabe, look at this. I'm going to make this a different color. Put and use your tools. When price pushes up again, can you guys see from that cycle, ach, nee man, let me use the green. We have now gone above 50%. Can you guys see what I'm talking about here? So cycle two now, we have now pushed above 50% of cycle two, which gives us an indication that cycle three could be coming now. Is everybody clear with me here, guys? This is on the momentum. Trying to give you this technical so that you can push and make that impact. All right, guys. This is very, very important stuff. So right now, we are still at the dip of cycle two. We are still there. We are still there. Now, guys, what you can do is, and I'm going to be very frank with you, what you can do here, Bayes, Fani, what you can do here, my good friends, if you take that fib, more or less 50, yeah, exactly. And you want those daily and those weeklies to be closing above that 50, all right? Now check this out. There's guys that are going to take the trade here. For them, this is good enough. All right? Raymond asked there, when you see the candle, do you enter? Now that's where I'm actually getting to, Ray. It's going to be different because people's risk appetites are different. They think that 30% is fine for them, 50% is fine. Other guys are going to say, no, Ash, I think that 23 is fine for me. 38 is fine for me. Other guys are going to say, no, 60%. That's more than 50%. Retrace, gone back up. It depends on your risk, on your palette. Does it make sense, everybody? It depends on you as a person. I cannot tell you this is what you do. It won't make sense. It won't cater to you. Let me tell you why it won't cater to you. Because if you take the 50%, if I say to you, Ray, enter after the 50%, beautiful. And it goes back down for another retracement. Now, Ash, you know what? Your 50% didn't work. Does that make sense? So I'm trying to get the mind to understand if you enter after the 50, please understand this is price. Price can go up, you enter, and then it retraces again. That's what can happen. And then push up. Because price fluctuates. It does not mean that if the moment you enter there, we're going up. It does not mean that. In this specific instance, we are not talking about making profits. We are talking about direction now. So our conversation is different. Does that make sense, everybody? Can I even go as far as to do this? And then I'm going to move on, guys. But the reason why I want to spend time on it is because I'm going to go back to what I said. It doesn't help. We speak, and we're not showing you detail your game. Ari, it doesn't help. I'm not showing you detail. So I can say enter after 50. But give some pros and cons there, Ash, whilst you're at it. Don't just say enter after 50. That's not bringing understanding. So what we're doing now, we're not looking at entries here. We are looking at direction. Is everybody clear here? That's what we are analyzing right now. So watch this. Let's just say you do enter Ray. Can you see this? 98,102. Look at those areas. 98,102. Some guys are going to enter at 38 and they take it to 102. Look at that. So from 38 to 102 is 77 pips. Here you're going to go into a shorter time frame. Look at that. That's the same zone we're talking about. You're going to enter, look at that, 38 and take it there. Does that make sense? That's when you're going into the shorter time frames now. But we're not discussing entries. We are talking about direction. And I see that, and I think that's the important point there. All right. This is we're just discussing direction. That's all I want. And guys, if you're taking anything from these sessions today, hear me today. Adele, Henny, Gabe, hear me today. When it comes to momentum, it's powerful. Everybody clear? Everybody goes for entries. What's the best time frame to enter? Guys, hear me today. Momentum is powerful. If you can tell momentum, hey, it's powerful stuff. All right, let's go to our dollar index, to our dollar pairs. Are you guys ready to move on, guys? I think there was some valuable information here. It's worth you going back to YouTube and our channel to go and, decode it, write down some more notes there. All right, it's worth it to go and do that. All right, let's go to our dollar pairs now. Dollar pairs. Guys, remember, we are looking at a stronger dollar with that interest rate. Let's go back to the dollar. Let's just go and see. Watch. Look at that dollar. We're seeing a stronger dollar here right now. So when we go and look at those dollar peg pairs now, we are looking at it in connection with this. Is everybody clear? So we know we're in one mind here. We're not just going for buys and sells, and we understand why we're looking for those positions. All right. So we're looking for a stronger dollar here. So let's go. We're going to start off with the USD Swiss franc. We're doing very well for time. We've got about 30 minutes, 32 minutes left. So we are doing very well for time here. All right, guys, I am not rushing to get into any trades. I don't want us to get into a trade necessarily and then we are in trouble. If there's something that stands out, fine. But we have a very important note coming out today and it can influence. Is everybody clear there? It can influence. And I don't want us to be on the wrong side of the fence when that happens. So I'm not rushing at all. I'm not. All right. Ari is asking, do you anticipate the dollar will stay strong, even though the announcement? I do think that we're going to see a specific stronger dollar. Ari, what's also important about your question, all right, is to note the following. Can you see when I do put it on a daily frame? Give me a sec. Let me just put it on a daily frame. Let me just move up. This is important for me, Ari. Remember, that announcement's only coming out at 8. So what's important for me is that zone there. 110.335. If we manage to stay above there up until the 8 p.m. mark, guys, that's a very important point there. Are you with me? All right. Are these announcements on the same date every year? I can't confirm that with you, Jake. It could be different. We together. It all depends what the state of the world is in, and when the meetings are being run, and it's very extremely difficult to say, because remember, seasons and so forth, they change, and there's certain days they're not on the same. Apart from, is it Mother's Day or Father's Day? It's always on a Sunday. Am I right or wrong, guys? Is it Mother's Day that's always on a Sunday? Like, okay, so the power of a mother, Hey, all right. So 110.3, both of them, yes, it's power of parents, yeah. 110.335. So if we manage to stay above there, Ari, all right, I think we are going to see some, a much stronger dollar. If we dip below there before then, look at the hour frame now. Watch the hour frame. Can you see this? If we dip, we've only broken out there now. Can you see it? Everybody with me there? We've only broken above there 1-2 hours ago. Give or take this area here, but more so this area. So only for 2 hours have we broken above. Do you see that? So this is very important. If we manage to stay above here, all right, it could be good. But if we dip below, we could see a spike to the downside and then push up. But I do see overall stronger dollar still coming. Okay. Ari, I hope that you yes, man, Jake, I can't say it's even in order. I'm not gonna, I'll never put myself in that position, ever. Anything can happen. Anything can happen, all right, Jake? Ash, do you think we will see 100 basis points? Are you talking about South Africa? Are you referring to the dollar or South Africa? If it's South Africa, very big possibility. But with the dollar, it's 3/4 there, I believe, 75 basis points, all right? The dollar. Ooh, Mike, I see the 75. That's what I see, because we're following, because dollar is made up of a lot of euro. So I see the 75. All right, Mike. All right. Let's go back, guys. Is everybody clear there? So everybody knows what we're looking at, all right? So the USD Swiss franc. USD Swiss franc, guys, I'm going. Look at this. USD is strong, but there's rejection. Can you guys see this? I'm going to start a new template here. Let's start a new template there. And I like visiting and starting fresh. Can you guys see that big rejection there? But that's unfinished business. That's unfinished business here. Can you guys see that? If you zoom out, look at that. That's a resistance. Can you see that? Look at that resistance there. And from that resistance, can you guys see how we've come down there? Can you see that? From that resistance, we've come down here. And we're at a very interesting place now, because we're rejecting there, but we've also broken above. So it's very, very tricky. And if I do that, obviously this is a thicker line, guys. I don't like using these thick lines, but for the purposes of illustration, I'm using them. I like to use thin lines because I want to see exactly where it breaks. All right, Henny? This thick line can get in the way of that candle. And so you might need to wait for more candle above that thicker line. So I like a thin line, as thin as possible, so that you can see. All right, so this is where we are at right now. Look at that. Can you guys see it? And it seems like we are still bullish. Can you guys see that? We are still bullish here. So we can push up till there. Are we together? But obviously not at one go, because from there to there is 600 pips. This is just us looking at momentum. If we were to get into this trade, we have to drop down. Can you see how we need to drop down? Look at that. We need to drop down. So that's where we're at right now. Is everybody clear? And it's definitely creating, you can see it. Look at that. Inside there, let me take this off now, because now you guys know where we're at. I'll take that off, and I'll take that off because we know where we are. You can clearly see. Oh, sorry, guys, this thing is, give it a sec. There. Can you guys see? Look at that. That's where we're at right now. So the question is, are we pushing up or are we pushing down? Can you guys see that? It's descending, yes, but there's higher lows there, right, John? Remember, guys, what creates its higher lows and lower highs? So we have opposing forces here. Can you guys see it? So from here to there's 137 pips. Francesco, remember that bid and sell? Sorry, bid and ask. Can you see it? Can you see the zone here? If I do zoom in, guys, what's going to be very important, if I do zoom in, can you see this area here? That price reacted, and there's definitely a resistance, but we need to find a red candle. I'm not seeing it on the daily frame. But if I switch and I go there, look at this. There we go. That's where profit taking will happen. Can you see this candle here? Now, let me even be more specific. It's a zone. Can you guys see the zone? That's where profit taking happens. Right there. Can you guys see that? Henny, are you with me there? All right. So if we get a stronger dollar here, please write this down, 98.064. 98.064. That's about 145 pips. Do you guys see that? 145 pips. The only problem I see here, please note this. The only problem I see here is that area there. That zone. So we can see that. And we can see same things happening, same resistance there. Can you guys see that? There's a resistance there. So we want price to break above the 96676 there. That's very important. So please track this, guys. That's why I'm not rushing to get into any trades with the dollar. All right. There's no reason. Absolutely, Francesco, no reason to take a trade here. And you know, like I said to you guys, I'm not rushing with these dollar pairs, because if we do get in for a long now and we get an opposite reaction, guys, it's not nice. Are we together? It's Wednesday. There's no need for all of that drama. Does that make sense? It's midweek, all that drama. And I must stress. Just leave it alone. Let the price subside. And remember, I always say to the guys, if you want to, you can take that trade. Actually, well, can you know, there's no, if you want to, it's not a problem. But let's use wisdom. Let's use wisdom. All right, everybody, let's use wisdom. All right, let's move on. USD CAD from a momentum perspective, guys, momentum. I've gone to my monthly. Look at this thrust here. Very big thrust. It's massive. All right, this is massive, guys. From that area to that area there, look at that, 1,280 pips. That's massive. The dollar really strengthened against that USD CAD, but it has reached a resistance now. And you can see, come down once, come down twice. It's come down 3 times here. Does that make sense? So it's reaching that same area now, and we could have a similar thing happen. So let's not be surprised or, hey, Ash, but you know, we thought the dollar's going to strengthen and we're going to, hey, guys, this thing can come down again based on what's happened. So we're not rushing here. We're not rushing. And I always say to you guys, the USD CAD is a tricky one. Are we together? That's got the CAD, which is also, you know, a nice formidable competitor to the US. Are we together, guys? They are always tugging at each other. So be careful when you're trading the USD CAD, because it's commodity driven. The Brent is in influence there, and you'll see that the US and the Brent does not always correlate positively. So please be careful there. Francesco asks, is not advisable to wait till, yes, advisable. Francesco, absolutely. But there's a lot of guys, they are going to look at the Swiss as totally separate. Let's say, for example, you are going to trade the Euro USD. Are we together? Or you're going to trade the NZD USD. They might say, listen, I want to trade the dollar now because the Swiss has its own thing happening on Thursday. But I would definitely advise Are we together? That from a Wednesday and a Thursday perspective, just be very careful, because the Swiss has the tendency, guys, that thing can push down very, very powerfully as well. All right, we don't play with the Swiss. Everybody clear there? We don't play with the Swiss. The Swiss can really bring a lot of drama to our lives, right? I've been seeing a few guys, these reels that the guys put on. I don't want drama. I wish I could say it in Zulu or Sotho. I do not. I don't want drama. We run away from it. So we'll move on. AUD USD. Someone told me, Ash, you can't avoid drama. I know, but I don't have to be part of it. Are we together? It can be right in front of me, but I don't have to be part of it. Yeah. AUD USD, guys. And here we're seeing a push down. Look at this push. Please write down 0.64157. Icon. 0.64157. 0.64157. That's if we get some dollar strength. That's the area we're looking for. Clean traffic, really nice. Are we together from a momentum perspective? It's going down nicely, but we're waiting, like Francesco said there, we're waiting and we're keeping an eye on that US first. All right, but please write that down in the meantime anyway. 64157. That's the area. That's TP. All right, everybody clear there? Everybody clear with me there, guys? Let me just make sure everybody's 100 and then we can push. Then we can push on. I'm just looking on my side. Do I have another zone? I'm just looking on my other screen if I have another zone for you guys. Just give me a sec. Guys, please write this down as well. This is much long for the guys that want to hold the trade. I got a 6-4 there. Francesco, 64157. Yes, but I want you to write down a second one for me. 63513. 63513. That is a much lower target for some of the guys that want to hold. 63. Do you have it there? Please write it down for me. 63513. If you have it, just give me a yes. All right, 63513. All right, that's the guy that want to hold it a little bit longer. Thanks, Bayers. Guys, I'm trying to give you as many as possible. If you go to a weekly frame, that's 63513. You'll see how it makes sense. All right, 63513. If you go to a weekly frame, can I quickly go there? Look at this. Let me do it. Let me show it to you like this. Can you see that? Is everybody with me there, guys? Let me just show everybody's 100. Can you see that? It makes sense. It's right to that bottom, 63513. So it's those two areas, 64517 and 63513. That is if the dollar strengthens. I do see some strength, guys. It's like I said to Ari, we just want this area to be broken here. All right, then we go down to that zone. All right, everybody clear? Remember, guys, what's very important for you to remember at the same, look, important to remember, 5-6 is too far away. I'm not going to give you a TP there. Does it make sense, guys? So if you take that up, that's 900 pips. Come on, I'm going to give you that. Are we together? I want to give you, let's get out here. And then we look for some further downside. All right. Yes, I do, Francisco. I do. I do. Absolutely. Absolutely. I do. That's why I also said to, was it Ray or it was Michael? Asked me about 1%. I was hammering on that three quarters, that 0.75%, 75. I think it's already taken into account. Yeah. All right. Yes. Yes. All right. Is everybody clear with the AUD USD? Can I move on, guys? NZD USD, right? Are you guys learning something here this morning, guys? Is there some learning? You guys are learning, right? That's a very important one for me, guys. It's for us to learn, yeah? Let's start fresh here as well. From a monthly perspective, guys, look at this. Oof. Look at that. Let me see if I can quickly find something here. Just give me a sec. Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to see what's happening here. Give me a second. That's the NZD USD. I'm just trying to find, because I did have a level here. I just want to share it with you guys. I do believe I have a level. I just want to share it with you. And we're looking at it from a longer period, all right. So yeah, it's already reached that area. I had an area here. Let me tell you which area I had. All right, I had it was 57906. Can you guys see this? It's really close there. All right, and I had a momentum sell here, guys. What's so important? I really like trades that are also for the guys who want to hold it. Look at this. If you guys want me to, I can get into these ones as well. I do have a lot of guys that want to trade shorter term. But if you guys are interested and you don't have the schedule, you can just let me know. So I'm really into these trades as well, where you can hold it for some time. Look at that nice sell there. Can you guys see that? So 65306 was the area to sell into and to get out at 57906. Can you guys see this? And this is just holding it from a momentum swinging perspective. There's a lot of guys that want intraday trading. Intraday trading needs you to be more active, obviously. But this here, when you put this in, you leave it to run. Is everybody with me here, guys? Are you guys interested in this? Are you guys interested in these swing trades? So please let me know. All right. Just say, Ash, listen, man, I want to swing. You know, give me some weekly levels. You know, give me some daily levels. And then you leave it to run. Does it make sense, everyone? Very important. If you're into these trades, let me know, because in the trading room, we are dealing with now as well. All right. So it's like, let's look at the 4 hour. Let's look at the 8 hour. But guys, I don't just want to accommodate those guys. I want to give everybody a chance. Does it make sense? Mostly intraday, but it depends on the charts. Yes. And guys, what's very important here is that if you're going to trade intraday, it's more stressful at the end of the day. Can we be human here? Stressful. Because now you're worrying about, you know, all right, you know, am I in, am I out? And you're seeing the fluctuation and now you pull out because you're a bit afraid. And does that make sense, everybody? So I want to try and accommodate. There's some guys that like it. There's other guys that get in, they get out quickly. Nothing wrong with that. Remember, I'm not putting any shade on anyone's style here. I'm saying let's accommodate different people. Everybody clear with that? All right. Great for mini lots, Michael. Mini lots on these trades, you can make some money. You put a 0.10, a 0.15. Can we quickly just do that, guys? Can I just show you here real quick? Look at this. Let's just say as a point of interest. Remember, we're not rushing into any trades, guys. Let's just say you shorted. Let's just say you did. All right, just to give you an indication of what you can walk away with. All right. And your stops can be nice and wide now. And 0.57906. It's 740. Now look at this. That's a 0.01, 1,300 Rand. Can you guys see this? Is it taking longer? Yes, it is. Are we together? Obviously. All right, everybody. But look when you increase your lot sizes. Can you guys see this? If you go and you put in a let's say you put a 0.50, Michael. Is that not worth it? Is that not worth it? All right, and you're just holding it. All right, so obviously, can you see from here, from that entry there? Remember, this is a month. 1, 2, 3, 4 months, you made 65,000 Rand. Who's going to give you 65,000 Rand in 4 months? What bank is going to give you 65,000 in 4 months? Everybody with me? Everybody with me here? So what is the currency that's used here? That's a trick question, Adele. What's the currency that's used here to make this transaction happen? That's a trick question. What's the currency here that's going to make this transaction happen, this exchange? Gabe, see that smile, man. You got to give me an answer. Guys, let's give Sammy a round of applause. Let's give Sammy a round of applause. Skill and patience. Patience is the transaction. That's the currency here. Does that make sense? If you're not a patient individual, you want to take that trade out at 30,000. So let's say, example, look at this. Look at this. If I do this, let's just say I moved it up till there. That's 28 grand. Some guys are going to take that 28 grand. Now, how many months was that? Look at that. Remember, you entered as an example there. 1. That's 1 month there. Can you see that? 1 month down. Boom. Got it. Out. Do you see that, everyone? So it's not just about intraday. I love speaking to different kinds of traders because everybody doesn't have the same schedule. If you hear me only, Adele, Francesco, if I only speak to guys that are trading NAS, Brent, 1 hour, 4 hour charts, run for the hills. That's not my duty here. My duty is to accommodate different styles. Is everybody clear? I'm not teaching strategies here. We are teaching people how to fit trading into their current lifestyle. That is a very important point because before you came to trading, what were you doing? A lot of other stuff. Are we together? So how can you fit it into your schedule that you currently have? You can't drop everything just like that. Does it make sense, everyone? Everybody clear with it? I think that was a very, very important point there. Francesco says 3 to 5 months, way too long. Now, you see, that's the thing. Many guys escape the news and stuff like that, Francesco. Do you see that? So the 3 to 5 months, the news happens, but they're not worried about it. Because they saw overall, they've analyzed it. They said, all right, we're seeing some downside here. We're pushing down. So whatever news happens, I'm not even bothered by it. Does it make sense? I'm just leaving it to run. But they analyze the momentum first. Remember, guys, we're not just getting into the trade. You got to analyze it and say, okay, is there downside? And if there is downside, there's nothing wrong with taking that specific trade. All right. Are we together? GBP USD. GBP USD. We are still bearish here, guys. Oh, we are still bearish here. This is pretty insane, if you ask me. GBP USD, guys. Let me quickly see here. GBP USD. Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to get this chart here because I'm working from different screens. All right, I'm going to give it to you now. Just write this down for me, please. Write this down for me. I'm giving you a much longer area, or please write this down. 0. Hold on for me. 1.08087. Please write that down for me. 1.08087. Let me actually do this. And you'll see, the reason why I'm doing that is because we're traveling back to the beginning. We are starting over. 1.08087. Can you guys see here? Right there. Everybody clear? But this is the guys that are holding. Exactly, Michael. It's not even there. All right, let's move on. We're going to go to the Euro USD commander. That level is for the guy that would like to hold. This one here, guys, I'm going to start a fresh template with this one here from a monthly perspective. Yes, yes, there we go. That's the guys that are holding it longer. Look at this one here. Can you guys see it? It's also pushing down. We are currently at the support here. 9.5. And if the dollar keeps on increasing, please make a note of this. Can you guys make a note of that, please? 0.98538. 0.98538. Just make a note of that. The dollar keeps on increasing here. We could see a very nice sell here down to 9.5. We can obviously be more specific with that. We can be more specific. I can be. I can be. There we go. This is more specific now. Let me just get the 50% right. There we go. All right. 96895. 96895. Francesco, this appeals to you. Shorter. All right. Not too long. 96895. We break 9.8. We push. All right. Everybody clear there, guys. Guys, I think we did very well this morning. We did very well this morning. Does everybody have it? Does everybody have it? All right, beautiful, beautiful. Below 98538 there. We don't have one yet, Gerard, because it hasn't broken beneath. Okay, it's still above. When it breaks below that 98538, then we can look, because it is a nice 170 pips away. That's a nice distance. All right, so we're just waiting for 98538. Okay, and then we push from there. So guys, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens, you know, but I am expecting dollar strength. Hopefully that is the case. And then we take it from there. Everybody clear? Did you guys learn something here this morning, you guys? Oh, gold. Yes, gold. Sorry. You guys learned something here this morning? Look at this. If there's time there, Sammy, we did. You know, I will. All right. US is opening at that time there, Jacob. All right, the US, those stocks. All right, so Shiv, gold, we are still bearish here from a weekly perspective. We are still at the zone here. There's rejection, but look at this. That's not a very strong support. Could we go up on a shorter time frame? Possibly. We could go up from a shorter time frame perspective. Let's do this. Look at that. 3 hour, 2 hour. Can you see that? Hold on. from a shorter time frame perspective, very big possibility we could go up. If we stay above the zone here, if we stay above this 1664, you see that? 1664 and above, and we finish over that or cross over the finish line, they shift. If we do this, very big possibility, could retrace and then push up again, very big possibility here. And then we'll see that dollar then come down. Can you see that? If this goes up, remember there's an inverse relationship. So if this goes up, then that dollar might just weaken. So guys, watch this very carefully. That's what I want to get into any dollar trades here. Just look at gold is giving us a different signal here now. Can you see that? It's giving us a different signal. So let's please just be careful, okay? John is praying for the 700 increase. John, I hope you attend tomorrow as well, because we're gonna have a party in here. All right, recap, it's gonna be cool, but we're gonna have a party tomorrow because it's gonna happen at 8 p.m. tonight. So it's gonna be very interesting in the morning for us. All right, but until 4, until I recap, my good people, have a good late morning and a good early afternoon. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'll see you guys later. All right. See you, Adele, Francisco, Ray, Jake. Sit on your hands. All right. See you guys. See you guys. See you there. Any? Mesachwa, Andile, Bayes, Japi, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful late afternoon, late morning and early afternoon. All right. Ciao, ciao, guys. Got you, Bayes.